Okay, so there is a CIA document that not only talks about telekinesis being real and how people can literally create their own gravitational field to bend time wizards, and not only do they relate it to molecular biology, but they connect it all back to this little known force, the fourth state of matter, called plasma, which is my favorite subject. Check out my plasma intelligence playlist for more. Okay, here we go. Deep dive. Proving humans are magic. All of us. This paper says it. Okay, I'll link this paper. So they study telepathy, the Apport technique, which I'll definitely make a video about, and psychokinesis, which is also called telekinesis. What is that? Psychokinesis is called telekinesis, which is the ability to influence animate or inanimate objects at a distance without physical contact by means of uncontrolled or controlled biological energy fields. Basically, it means humans can float stuff and move stuff. Now, they were researching this, the CIA, because they were scared of Russia doing some warfare on us. Totally get it. But in the process, they have proved that all humans are magic. They literally state in this paper that it's not just psychic people, anyone can learn to do this. So let's learn. This paper is on the gifted individuals, but they go on to say that anyone can learn it. Okay, here's where plasma comes in. A little bit about plasma. It's known as the fourth state of matter, an ionized gas. It has magical and metaphysical properties. They don't really talk about it in science. It confuses people. Back in the 1800s, they called it radiant matter or ether. It had literal paranormal properties. Google it all you want. They refer to something in this called bioplasma. They'll also talk about plasma. Think about plasma as a field like quintessence, key, prana, 0-point energy field. That is how we'll think about it, like the matrix. And think about bioplasma as literally our soul or soul energy, or a more denser plasma. So there's like a gas, and picture this almost like a liquid, like Bose-Einstein condensate, like programmable water vibes, like a mist. So their first study, let me make myself smaller. This is not about me. So it says that they developed theories, we're on the fourth line, based on the existence of a new form of energy, a form of biological energy referred to as bioplasma. This bioplasma that performs telekinesis, they compared it to lightning accidentally charging a surface. How does it accidentally charge a surface? We'll come back to that. So they think that the movement in telekinesis is a result of the interaction of the object's electrostatic charge and the electromagnetic field with the human operator's field. Let me show you a picture. So an electrostatic field around this apple, electrostatic field is an electrical charge. It does not move. It's almost like electrostatic is like the energy that when like foam balls like statically, sorry guys, I'm trying here, where these foam balls will grip on to the cat because obviously there's some type of charge. There's a polarization of the molecules due to electrostatics, and there's a slight attraction to the fur. So almost think about that electrostatic energy having to do with the person being able to float this object. The same type of subtle energy, but it's not just that. So there's also an electromagnetic field around the human that also has within it electrostatic energy. And the interaction of the electrostatic in the apple with the human's electromagnetic overall field, the interaction of that is what they're calling bioplasma. It is the in-between. It is a result of the interaction. And that is what is floating the apple or moving it. So basically they call it a biolaser effect, and it acts as a material force upon the object. So what I would call soul energy, or what our intention does, and how these gifted humans know to change their internal state to externally affect the apple, almost syncing up with that electrostatic field to create with their soul bioplasma energy, almost like reaching an invisible hand out, taking the apple and making it float, like quantum tunneling through frickin' space and time, fifth dimensionally with our soul power. Okay? That's what I'm gonna say. It gets more interesting though. Oh, they also said that bioplasmic energy is maximally concentrated in the head. That would make sense if we're using our thoughts and our intention to affect this plasma field. They also monitored this energy field by copying this guy Thompson from Canada's Human Force Field Research, where he used these things here to make that machine. Can't find the guy anywhere on Google, it's fine. So here's where it gets really interesting. This guy, Dr. Edemenko, has an advanced theory that humans are anisotropic, which, by the way, is also what the plasma field is. Basically, it means that humans have to do with intention, that the direction goes in all types of different ways and changes, like that we're not the same all the time, that we can control our own energy. And this says man may be able to alter his external energy state in accordance with his internal energetic state. In turn, this could depend on his physiological processes. This has to do with spontaneous tissue polarization. Such fields may interact with externally imposed or induced charges. So basically, humans with intention can change their inner and outer energy fields to perform telekinesis because we're anesiotropic. So are crystals, so is plasma. He also states that living tissue may possess new properties in terms of thermodynamics when compared with inorganic matter. Living molecules differ, and that there might be a difference between living and technical force fields. And this once again proves consciously our intention can indeed affect matter. Like that water bottle you stare at that you're trying to move because you think you might have telekinesis, maybe one day but can't. Maybe practice it every day for a year and see if something moves. And read a book on magic about attention and focus. This is the most important part about like time bending. So he also talks about what he calls biogravitation. It refers to the ability of living organisms to form and detect gravitational waves, which I just call plasma waves. Well, I think it's an interaction of plasma that creates what we call gravity, and we think about it all wrong. But anyway, he bases his theory on accepted concepts of molecular biology and high energy physics, which is what is so important. It's scientifically based. He goes on to say that in molecular biology, intracellular molecules to alter their spatial structure is recognized. This is a real thing. So they transfer from a liquid to an orderly crystalline state. As a result, this creates a gravitational field that is quasi-gravitational nature, what I would call a plasma field, and on a subcellular level emits minute gravitational waves. He felt that psychic subjects in some matter have the ability to synchronize their subcellular molecules and the changes to generate gravitational fields with sufficient strength to alter electromagnetic or natural gravitational forces to act on the target, the apple. They also think that changes in the space-time continuum may be the basis for observed telekinesis. Time may be accelerated or decelerated by the psychic subject. Doctor Strange is real. But literally, this goes back to if you're in flow state or you're writing and time goes by faster or sometimes it goes by slower and you feel like you got so much done in that couple of hours. I literally think that's your attention and focus literally bending time. Laugh all you want. We've experienced it, right? What I love is he literally compares this magical plasma process of time bending to what realistically happens in molecular biology. I have to buzz past this part because I have a really important point, but this woman could stop a frog's heartbeat with telekinesis, which obviously concerned them. This guy floated stuff in the air. Look at it yourself. If you want a screenshot, that's stopping the frog heart. That's stopping the frog heartbeat. Okay, here's where they talk about that nearly anyone can do this, telekinesis, if they learn how. And this is a contraption I think you could build to practice your own telekinesis. Okay, the plasma field. He compares it to magnetism, but with finer structures and an unstable fluid field. He even says it might be formed by very easily movable plasma particles. That under the influence of external factors, human intention, are never in a completely chaotic state, but rather very unsteady. He says a fixed gaze is the best way to use your intention on this. He also thinks that the man's brain and the processes of thinking are accompanied by the motion of plasma particles, and that this motion is the source of excitation or the modulator in this hypothetical field, plasma field of very fine structures. Y'all, the plasma field is the low frequency, subtle vibes. We are the TV. We are the high frequency carrier signal modulator. Okay, so there is a